What's going on, guys? Jay Tiesler here. Let's look at the fastest Mustang ever produced. So this is going to be the 2013-2014 Mustang GT500. So the SVT team had three goals. They wanted to have a GT500 that had 650 horsepower, 600 foot-pounds of torque, and go 200 miles an hour. So they definitely reached that goal. So let's start with the engine. So it's a 5.8 liter called the Trinity. Previously it was called the Condor. Now this has an all aluminum block. It has this new technology called, I think it's called like spray bore liner, and it's like a spray bore liner where they use this arc technology. And basically they're getting this iron liner inside of this aluminum block, and you know, it's kind of technical, so we won't get into the details, but let's just put it this way. Don't blow it up, or if it's expensive, okay? Now, the engine will hold about 750 wheel horsepower. With some basic bolt-ons, and you should be good. I mean, 750 horsepower is plenty, but if you want to go above that, you're going to be spending a lot of money on this engine, so you might want to look elsewhere if that's your goal. So the next thing that they improved on this engine was boost. They increased the boost pressure from 9 pounds to 14 pounds, but also they increased the displacement of the blower, so it's a different blower. It went from a 1.9 liter to a 2.3 liter Eaton. So larger blower plus more boost, like 6 pounds more boost, 5-6 pounds more boost. I also included oil squirters on the pistons, and then they raised the rev limit. It's got a 7,000 RPM rev limit for 8 seconds. So essentially what they did is this car will go 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, and it'll do that in first gear. But in order for it to do it in first gear, they wanted to raise the rev limit temporarily for 8 seconds. So normally the rev limit is 6250. They raised it to 7,000, so when you're doing the 0 to 60 pulls, you can run it all the way up to 7, then shift to second. That way you hit 60 miles an hour in about 3.5 seconds. Now, top speed about 202 from Ford is what they say. The quarter mile, you're getting about 11.8 at about 124. Now, 11.8 doesn't sound crazy impressive, but 124 is crazy impressive. So it's definitely making the power up top. It's just not geared. It's not geared for the quarter mile. It's more geared for top speed. Let's talk about the top speed. The top speed is important to talk about, but it's hard to understand if you're not familiar with top speeds. It's really, really important to know that when you're trying to increase your speed from 190 miles an hour to 195 miles an hour, even though it's just a 5 mile an hour increase, there's a lot of variables that are going to play into that, and it's very, very hard to increase your speed 5 miles an hour at 190 miles an hour. Opposed to increasing your speed from like 90 miles an hour to 95 miles an hour. It's a totally different thing. So everything has to be right. The weather has to be right, the fuel has to be good, the wind blowing in the right direction, the temperature of the air needs to be cool. Because at that speed, if the air temperature isn't cold enough, you might be lacking 15-20 horsepower, which is the difference of adding another mile an hour or two at that speed. What else can we talk about? So Motor Trend actually got a top speed of about 196 miles an hour. Not quite 202, although the driver Randy Popes, you've probably seen him on the Motor Trend videos. Basically, he said if the wind was right and the air was colder and they had more distance, they could definitely hit 200. Now Ford claims they did this over at the track over in France, 202 miles an hour. I don't doubt it. You just need a lot of time, and everything needs to be right. Conditions need to be perfect in order to hit that 200 miles an hour. So I definitely don't doubt it. I mean, and who wants to go 200 miles an hour on a road? It's just cool. It's just a cool Mustang, and it's the first Mustang ever to go 200. So leave it at that. Now, a few of the other things that you can talk about is there's a performance package and there's a track package. The performance pack came with a torsion diff, and also it came with Bilstein shocks. And then from there, if you get the performance pack, you can upgrade to the track pack, which had the engine, diff, and transmission coolers, which are great if you're going to be doing track days. So if you're looking at buying this vehicle, you definitely want to get the track pack because you don't want the diff, transmission, and engine to overheat and put the car in limp mode, which previous owners had been complaining about that. So they went ahead and increased the coolers and spent a lot of time making sure this car would not overheat going around the track, lapping all day long, and trying to hit 200 miles an hour. So with some basic performance upgrades, you can run 10s in this vehicle pretty easily at over 130 miles an hour. And like I said previously, The stock block will hold about 750 wheel horsepower if you provide it with good fuel, good tune, etc. So that's the fastest Mustang ever produced by Ford. The only next question I have for you guys is, what's up with the new GT500? When are we going to get that? Is it going to be 2019? Is it going to be 2020? Will we ever see another one? And then what kind of engine are they going to use for it? Are they going to use a twin turbo EcoBoost, or are they going to use the tried and true supercharged V8 like they previously did? Now, let me know down in the comments if you own a 2013, 2014 GT500. And also, I'm doing a free giveaway for a Mustang Tumbler in another video. I'll link that below. Just all you have to do is go to the video, type in if you want the Ford Tumbler or the Mustang Tumbler, and I'm going to do a random drawing in the next few days and give you guys all the subscribers one of the subscribers a Tumbler. So just make sure that you're subscribed. It's just my appreciation for all you guys and all the back and forth talk about the Mustang, just getting excited about it. It's really fun, and I enjoy building the channel, and I just want to give you guys something back for all the support. So I really appreciate you guys. If you're a new subscriber, you're new to the channel, just let me know in the comment section. I read all of them, so just appreciate that. And so the 2019-2020 GT500, let me know what you think about it in the comment section. As always, have a great day. Signing out.